As I landed on the moon of Crete, the robotic companion Vasco provided me with crucial information about the Crimson Fleet's operational base nearby at the abandoned research center. The unfamiliar surroundings left me feeling somewhat disoriented, but Vasco's guidance was proving invaluable.
While I am programmed for combat, it is not my primary function. I have often asked Barrett that same question at various times, and about various individuals that wanted to cause us harm. The most likely answer is that Barrett personally insulted him, typically by continuing to live, usually after escaping from certain death, and often with an object multiple people wanted.
Curiosity compelled me to inquire about Barrett and the reasons behind the Crimson Fleet's relentless pursuit of him. Vasco's response confirmed my suspicions. Barrett was believed to possess valuable artifacts aboard his ship, which explained their unrelenting chase.
In small groups, typically 1 or 2 people, or like Barrett and myself, 1 person.
It seemed that Barrett's interests were intricately tied to these valuable relics, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. Vasco also shed light on Constellation, a small group of explorers with a total of 9 members, including myself as the newest addition. The revelation that Constellation was a private explorer society dedicated to mapping systems and discovering new worlds piqued my interest. It was clear that my entry into this group had thrust me into a world of intrigue, discovery, and danger, and I was determined to navigate it to the best of my abilities. As I absorbed this information, I knew that my journey on this moon was just the beginning of a much larger adventure, one that would test my mettle and resourcefulness in the face of formidable challenges and mysteries waiting to be unraveled.
In order to gain your support. According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
As I made my way towards the abandoned research center, I encountered some of the moon's natural wildlife, including the large trilobite-like creatures and the monstrous, unidentifiable beings. These encounters tested my combat skills, and I dispatched these dangerous animals with the weapons I had at my disposal. It was a stark reminder of the perilous nature of the moon's environment. Upon reaching the research center, its exterior appeared deserted, but the presence of various items left behind raised questions about the accuracy of the information I have received. The fact that the auxiliary power was still functional, albeit with only emergency lighting in the hallways, suggested that there might be more to this facility than met the eye. As I ventured further inside, I couldn't help but wonder if I was underprepared to face the Crimson Fleet with just a pistol, a loaded rifle, and my mining laser. The stakes were high, and I needed every advantage I could get. With that in mind, I began a thorough search of the facility, scouring every corner for any ammunition equipment or supplies that might prove useful in the upcoming confrontation. My senses were on high alert as I scoured the abandoned research center. My thoughts focused on finding anything that could improve my chances of survival and bolster my meager arsenal. The uncertainty of what lay ahead with the Crimson Fleet loomed large, and I was determined to be as prepared as possible for whatever challenges awaited me.
Curious, these are United
Looks pretty dead in here.
markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Did the pirates ransack the place, or was it like this before they got here? They don't appear to be living here, that's for sure. The encounter with the two Crimson Fleet members inside the research center took a sudden turn as Vasco's large and clunky body inadvertently alerted them to our presence. While the robot became the focus of their attention, I seized the opportunity to maneuver stealthily to the flank. As Vasco absorbed the brunt of their firepower, I used the confusion to my advantage, taking calculated shots to eliminate the hostile threats. The short-lived firefight ended with the Crimson Fleet members incapacitated on the ground. After the dust settled, I surveyed the scene, my emotions numb to the grim reality of taking lives in this lawless sector of space. It was a harsh reminder of the brutality that often defined life in these remote corners of the galaxy. Among the belongings of the defeated enemies, I discovered a Solstice laser pistol. The newfound weapon was a welcome addition to my arsenal, and I couldn't afford to be sentimental about the means of acquiring it. Survival was paramount, and I needed every advantage I could get to face the Crimson Fleet and navigate the perilous path ahead. As I pressed on in my search for the Crimson Fleet captain, a sudden voice disrupted the eerie silence, mentioning something about the terrormorph escaping. The mention of this unknown entity sent a shiver down my spine, and I readied my weapons, keenly aware that danger lurked nearby. Exploring deeper into the facility, I stumbled upon what appeared to be the crew quarters. The sight of the ransacked living quarters left no doubt that the Crimson Fleet had been here, leaving chaos in their wake. Despite the apparent looting, I managed to salvage some much-needed medical supplies and additional ammunition, a small silver lining in the midst of the turmoil. How convenient. A bunch of research scientists just happened to leave rifles and ammo casually laying about. This looks interesting. Some sort of space P90. You know what they say, if you're gonna pick it up, you're gonna use it. I think this is going to be my new favorite thing. A Grendel, does this use 6.5 caseless ammunition? Entering a vast atrium, I once again caught two more Crimson Fleet members off guard. My swift response allowed me to take them by surprise. But the exchange of gunfire attracted the attention of others, and I found myself under fire from the
Perform
second
a
floor.
wellness check and address any injuries.
As I moved through the area, My senses heightened by the ongoing firefight, I couldn't help but notice the lifeless bodies of scientists in lab coats strewn about. The circumstances surrounding their demise remained a mystery, and I had no time for a closer examination as I continued to navigate the hazardous terrain, determined to confront the Crimson Fleet captain and resolve the looming threat. The firefight eventually subsided as I eliminated the immediate threat, and I took a moment to catch my breath. As the echoes of gunshots faded, I turned my attention to the surroundings, and the grim scene before me became even more complex. The lifeless bodies of scientists lay scattered amidst broken lab equipment and vials of samples. It was evident that something catastrophic had occurred here, although I couldn't determine exactly when. The disarray suggested it had happened relatively recently, adding an eerie layer of uncertainty to the situation.
Our view. There are no hostile organisms nearby. terrible.
Catch my breath. Not worth it!
Peace.
As I move through the dark, abandoned, and ransacked research facility, a mix of caution, curiosity, and unease fills my thoughts. The dimly lit hallways and the facility's disheveled state keep me on high alert. Every step I take is deliberate, and I'm acutely aware that danger could be lurking around any corner. Despite the grim and unsettling surroundings, I can't help but wonder about the events that unfolded here. The scattered lab equipment, broken vials, and the presence of scientists' bodies hint at a mysterious incident. I'm eager to find any clues that might shed light on what transpired. An underlying sense of unease lingers as I navigate the facility. It's clear that something went terribly wrong, and the eerie silence, interrupted only by occasional creaks or distant sounds, adds to the unsettling atmosphere.
The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terror morph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming.
Survival remains my top priority. The imminent encounter with the Crimson Fleet keeps me on high alert, and I know I must stay vigilant and resourceful to overcome the impending challenges. Questions swirl in my mind, particularly about the terramorph and the genetic samples I've noticed scattered around. The facility holds mysteries that demand answers, but my immediate focus is on staying alive and confronting the imminent threat. In this dark and uncertain environment, my thoughts serve as a guide, helping me navigate the unknown and tackle the mysteries that surround me.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands? Oh no, you see, we weren't really after Barrett. We're after that ship. Every Crimson Fleet rook hears about the Frontier. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays. The loot from 100 planets.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship. You're not talking us out of this score. You willing to give up the ship? Just like that? Can't believe this. There isn't any treasure? We've been trailing that old Constellation ship for nothing? Get out of here. Take your robot and your ship and get out of here. I see you all again, you're dead.
We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference.
As I head back to my ship with the anticlimactic resolution of my encounter with Crimson Fleet Captain, a mix of emotions and thoughts wash over me. First and foremost, there's a palpable sense of relief. I had braced myself for a potentially deadly confrontation, but managing to convince the captain that there was nothing of value on my ship had averted a bloody showdown. It's a weight off my shoulders. It can't help but feel a smug sense of satisfaction as well. My quick thinking and cunning offer to trade ships had played a pivotal role in diffusing the situation. In this lawless sector of space, every advantage counts, and I'd managed to outmaneuver my would-be aggressor. However, curiosity nags at me. The Crimson Fleet captain's relenting and apparent realization that he had wasted time, resources, and men chasing me for no reason leaves me wondering about the motives and objectives of the Crimson Fleet as a whole. What drove them to pursue me so relentlessly in the first place? Despite the relief and satisfaction, I remain cautious. This situation could have easily escalated into violence, and it's a stark reminder that danger can manifest at any moment in this unforgiving sector of space. I must stay vigilant, always prepared for the next challenge. This encounter serves as a moment of reflection, highlighting the unpredictable and often precarious nature of life in this part of the galaxy. Every decision I make carries weight, and I must continue to navigate the challenges and mysteries that lie ahead. Vasco's suggestion to head to Gemis before making the jump to New Atlantis lingers in my mind, but as I stand here with my newfound freedom and a ship at my disposal, I realize that there's nothing pressing me to follow anyone else's suggestions or plans. The vastness of space stretches out before me, filled with countless possibilities and untold adventures. I have my own path to carve in this unforgiving universe, and the decisions I make will shape my destiny. I'm no longer beholden to the whims of others or the agendas of organizations like the Crimson Fleet. It's a liberating feeling, knowing that I'm the captain of my own fate. The allure of the unknown beckons, and I'm eager to explore, discover, and make my mark among the stars. With the frontier at my command, I chart my course with a sense of purpose and anticipation, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.